Student clients, welcome back to another edition of the NMS e-learning systems YouTube channel, brought to you by the DLA Guru.
Okay, cool. So the live stream agenda, and what time is it? Okay, it's 11:13. So we're going to go ahead and get through this because we got 5 top reasons to sell to the DLA. And that is why you guys are here today, to kind of find out, coming from the horse's mouth, the DLA Guru, why I think what you guys are doing and what you're learning, and this DLA challenge will benefit you along your way. But before getting into the top 5, good morning, all those in the YouTube world. The DLA Guru is in the building. I'm in the building. Yes, indeedy. Our Lord and Savior has blessed me and you with another beautiful Saturday morning to get together to talk everything about GovCon and that of the DLA. Today is my scheduled bi-monthly meeting with all of my exclusive members at the Brigadier General level. We're going to have our bi-monthly live stream training at the end of today's presentation. You know, I always do a quick 20-30 minute presentation to the general public, just to give you guys a little insight, a little snapshot of who the DLA Guru is all about. And of course, I always have some fantastic information as it relates to a presentation that I put together of some nuggets and some hacks that I think could definitely benefit you along your DLA journey. And after that, then we'll be switching, going in what I like to call incognito, into our live stream members only segment, where you'll be able to access a StreamYard link that I will post in the community forum tab. So if you go to my homepage of the YouTube channel, click the community forum tab, and if you are have upgraded your account to the Brigadier General level, you'll see in the community forum a post that I put there this morning that gives you the StreamYard link for you to access me over in StreamYard, where you can cam up and mic up to talk anything and everything DLA related as it relates to solicitations you may be pursuing, national stock numbers that you're going after, contracts that you've been awarded, just anything and everything as it relates to being a successful DLA vendor. And you'll have me for 2 hours to answer any and all those questions. And as you guys know, I always like to have at least 3 Brigadier General level members in the building to have a nice quorum of folks that will truly benefit from the virtual classroom that I put together for you guys today. But without any further ado, for the general public that's out there, looks like we have 3 concurrent viewers. Thank you for those of you who are putting your eyes and ears. Oh, it jumped to 5, and I got 1 like. Fantastic. So as you guys know, I always love it when you guys send me some likes, show me a little love, send some likes my way. Before diving into today's presentation, I like to try to get a few eyes and ears into the building so you guys can see some of this great content live. So thank you for those 5 concurrent viewers that are in the building. All right, got 2 likes coming in. Thanks again. And by all means, please drop me a message in the chat to let me know that who you are. You know, I haven't done this in the past, but maybe let me know like city and I guess city and state that you're in. That way I can kind of get an idea of the type of reach that my content is getting and where you guys are located, either CONUS, that is in America, or OCONUS, outside of America. Because you guys know, if you are an international business and you're located in a NATO country, that you can in fact do business with the United States federal government. And I'm hoping that my message kind of gets out to folks that may be in the NATO countries, so that you guys know that there are ample opportunities here with the United States federal government, as well as in your own country, where you can do business with one of the world's largest customers, the Defense Logistics Agency. And I'm hoping that my channel will definitely give you a little insight on how you can get involved and get your piece of the DLA pie. All right, looks like we got Artemis, you're in there. Good morning to you, Artemis. You're from Raleigh, North Carolina, in the building. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a lion roar. Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a great place. I think, isn't that the home of aviation? I think the first planes or something were flown out in North Carolina there. I think so, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Artemis. You probably know better than I do since you're out in that area of the country. But yeah, first in flight. That's hey, you know what? Hey, DLA Guru knows a little bit more than just about the DLA. Looks like. Well, thank you for fact checking that for me and verifying that, Artemis. And thanks again for joining us this morning. Okay, cool. So we got 5 concurrent viewers, 3 likes. Fantastic. That's kind of what I need to get us going. And I hopefully, let's see. Oh, Artemis James. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. James. Okay. James is in the building. Got it. Yeah. I think you changed your name around there. So, all right, cool. I got James in the building again. Thank you, James. Appreciate and glad that you're here. And we're going to see what the DLA Guru is cooking for you today, because I do have a fantastic presentation. As you guys can see, the title of today's presentation has everything to do with the top 5 reasons that I think are why the DLA is a great customer if you are in the government contracting arena to get in bed with, because the DLA, as you guys know, is one of the largest procurement arms for the U.S. federal government, and they namely they speak to servicing the world's largest military, which is the United States Department of Defense. So being able to get involved with the DLA at this level, I think will only benefit you for years to come. And all right, hey, we got someone else in here. All right, FedCon, welcome. All right, hey, what up to you as well? Thank you for dropping some information there. Hey, FedCon, let us know city and state where you're located, because we got James. He's in Raleigh, North Carolina, so it'll be interesting to see where you are located as well, and that way it kind of spreads the word around. And don't forget to hit a like to the content too, so we can get the algorithm, or well, actually I like to call it the audio rhythm, kind of processing it and getting the message out, and so I can have a wider reach to get my message out to people who may not know anything about the DLA. And we can definitely turn them on to a fantastic opportunity to grow their businesses. All right, okay, cool. So you're in Miami, Florida. Miami in the house. So we got East Coast. East Coast is in the building. East Coast, you guys are always, cutting edge. I think that's why, the median income on the East Coast is so great, because you guys always have access to information first, and then it kind of like the coast, right? And then it just trickles into the center of the United States. Be great if we get some folks coming out from the West Coast. I don't think I've ever spoken to anyone on my live streams like coming out of the LA or Seattle area, Portland, Oregon, those areas of the country. It'd be great if you guys are looking at the content and you're in the building. Now, in order to drop a message in the chat, you also have to be subscribed to the channel. So make sure that you hit the subscription bell so you can go ahead and let us know that you're in the building. Okay, cool. So without any further ado, let me switch over to my slide presentation, because you guys know I like to do, my corporate background. I'm a slides guy. Here, let me switch to my present, share screen. Cool. Every time I do this, it's always like a new experience. And hopefully you guys are seeing a little bit better presentation of my content, because I've still been having some issues with streaming through StreamYard by way of YouTube. And I don't know what's going on with my StreamYard feed, but it still seems to be giving me some heartburn here. But here, let me go ahead and put that in there. And yeah, we got that there. Okay, cool. All right, looks like I have my presentation on screen. And let me change this. Just a couple of settings I like to change just to get my workstation rocking and rolling for me. All right, cool. We got 4 concurrent viewers, 3 likes. Hey, it's time to rock and roll. And don't forget, any of my Brigadier General members. Oh, okay, I see Darwin. Darwin's in the building. Hey, Darwin. All right, cool. You're from Dallas, Texas, and welcome. That's one of my Brigadier Generals in the building. Welcome, Darwin. Hopefully you got some great questions for me by preceding this this presentation that not preceding, but after the presentation, that we'll be able to discuss that in further detail. And we got Demi in the building. Hey, you say, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Where are you located, Demi? Let us know where you're located at as well. And just put in the chat there your city and state, and that way we can kind of let everyone know that all these different folks that are in the GovCon space, they're trying to figure it out and where you guys are actually located. And I think that's just kind of cool. You know, that way we're all kind of, you know, we are representing America. But anyway, okay, cool. So as you see on the screen there, let me put this because I kind of like to see my big screen there. So as you guys know, I am Kiwi Hendricks, the U.S. government sales manager with the National Material Supply Company. And I've coined the name the DLA Guru for many, many reasons. The biggest reason is because I've been in this space for over 20 years and I've had countless contracts with the DLA, and I've worked in all aspects of government contracting from the services side as well as from the product side. You know, it's just been a very interesting journey, and I'm full of excitement. As you guys can see, I've been in it for a long time and I'm still excited about being in the building because it's definitely a way for financial freedom, to cut the umbilical cord of corporate America. Believe you me, I've done it. I've burned the oil. I burned the midnight oil, burned the candle at both ends of the stick, worked in corporate America while building my contracting business as well. So, you know, I've done it. I can relate. And if you guys are like tuning in to me and you're relating to me, it's a great opportunity for us to connect, for me to provide some coaching to you, to assist you on your journey as well, because hey, we can talk the same language. I understand your pains and woes, you know, believe it or not, because I've been in your shoes and I'm continuing to grow and continuing to learn myself. So hey, why not continue to learn together? As God continues to give me life and breath in my lungs, the DLA Guru will always be in the building here to assist you guys on your journey. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that are new to my content, welcome to my channel. You know, welcome to meeting me. And hopefully you can kind of get a feel for my passion in this space, and that you may be able to benefit by being a part of this content as well. All right, welcome all. So I always ask, it's something that most YouTube creators ask, and every single time I go live, we see this slide. Subscribing to my channel, and I got a lot of subscribers. I think we broke the 1,700 subscriber mark. So congratulations. Thank you all, for those of you who have taken a look at the content and have given me a subscription to the channel, because that only benefits my channel as it relates to the YouTube space. That it lets YouTube know that what I am cooking out here is very valuable to you guys, and you guys want to be abreast of the content and be a part of all the different live posts of you know, contents and hacks that I put out there. And by all means, whenever you're looking at any video in my catalog, if you like it, go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know that you like that content, because the more of those likes that I see come in, that gives me an idea of what more content like that I'll be able to put out. And by all means, if you have any question whatsoever for any video that I put out there, drop a comment in the chat for those videos, because I answer any and all questions that come down the pipe through my chat. And so that's just a great way for us to do some interaction, and for the YouTube to say, hey, you know what, you know, people kind of like that. There's some engagement. Let's go ahead and push that out, because I really want to get my message out to more and more people. And by all means, last but not least, please share the content. Go ahead and just, you know, send it via text, send the share link. Send it to friends and family member, people that you may be looking for another opportunity within their lives to get involved in the government contracting space. You know, you guys being a, like that word of mouth marketing, it does, you know, a tremendous benefit to what I'm doing on my end. So I really appreciate that as well. And by all means, please hit the notification bell so that you can be abreast of all new content when it hits the street. You never want to be a day late and a dollar short. So when you hit that notification bell, you'll always be abreast whenever my content hits the airwaves. I don't do a whole lot, but I try to at least do one post a week. So, and I do it at various times. So by hitting the notification bell, you'll always be abreast of whenever I drop something, any nuggets out there for you guys. Okay, cool. So the live stream agenda, and what time is it? Okay, it's 11:13. So we're going to go ahead and get through this, because we got 5 top reasons to sell to the DLA. And that is why you guys are here today, to kind of find out, coming from the horse's mouth, the DLA Guru, why I think what you guys are doing and what you're learning, and this DLA challenge will benefit you along your way. But before getting into the top 5, of course, my mandate this year, my goal is to support my fiscal 2024 goal is to support 100 new businesses within the DLA arena with DLA contracts. And what I mean by that is supporting you guys from a perspective of showing you hacks and the know-how and the toolage and the methodology of how to go after DLA contracts, not only getting the contracts, but actually performing against those contracts so that you don't run into the pitfall that a lot of companies do that don't have the nuggets of understanding the packaging, the labeling, how to interpret the national stock numbers, how to source the correct products, because you always want to ship to the DLA what the DLA is asking. My mom would always tell me when I was young, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and that DLA is Caesar. And it's the U.S. federal government and the U.S. military. So you don't want to play games with Uncle Sam when it relates to not giving Caesar what he wants. And so my plan is to help 100 new businesses go ahead and traverse that landscape. And when I mean 100, I want to cherry pick 100 businesses that I feel have what it takes, that have the right stuff in order to create a community, what I like to coin the DLA vendor community, that is us working together, sharing information, partnering, going after bigger contracts. Because I don't know if you guys, for those of you who are part of my paid members, whether at any level, when you have access to my community forum, I do every day for the most part. Anytime I see an article related to DLA contracts, and you guys will see 20, 30, 50, 70, $100 million contracts that the DLA is awarding to small and large scale businesses in different arenas. And it's very interesting just to get the knowledge of who those players are, having those contract numbers where you can do the research and start to investigate, like those bigger fish that you can find either by DIBBS or outside of DIBBS on SAM.gov. So there's a lot of activity, but the way that you're successful in these 100 new businesses is about getting the information and crunching the numbers and figuring out what value you can add into that whole supply chain, and working together and teaming. So teaming is the key to getting this all done. So I just want to let you guys know I am just hell bent on making sure that I find 100 new businesses this year. Last I checked, I think we have maybe 4 or 5, and I keep saying 4 or 5 because we're still kind of working it. It's a slow pace. Doing government contracting, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so it's about establishing connections, us communicating, setting up the coaching, going through the master classes, us interacting, me getting to know you, you getting to know us, and to building trust. Because as you guys know, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So that's what my mandate is. So if you want to learn more about how to get involved in my 100 new business agenda for this year, you see on the screen there my email address, fed.contracting@nmsupply.com. Let's see. Yeah, point right there, fed.contracting. Shoot me an email. That comes straight to me, the DLA guru. Let me know that you have an interest in getting involved, and we can kind of talk shop. I get a chance to kind of figure out who you are. We can link our schedules and start to have a discussion about what your goals may be as it relates to GovCon and getting involved with the world's largest customer, the DLA guru. Cool. All right. Before going into my 5, I got a couple of messages in the chat here. Let me just see what I got down here. We got, all right. So Dammy, you're in Indianapolis, Indiana. Fantastic. Dammy, Indianapolis. You know what? I want to throw some of this stuff on the screen. Let me play around with this, guys, real quick. Okay. So we got James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Fantastic. I said that earlier, but I didn't show it on screen. I think some of that showing things on screen is kind of cool. All right. And see, we got another, who else we got in here? We got FedCon. We got FedCon in Miami, Florida, in the building. All right. Fantastic. Welcome, welcome. And let's see. Oh, so all right. So James says he lost a major 5-figure bid on DIBBS this week by $2. Oh no! Hey man, I remember back in the 80s there was this movie, and I can't remember who the actor was, but he was there was this little kid that was on a bike, and he was like, $2. I want my $2. I don't know if you guys remember, if anyone's seen that movie. And this little kid was going through all kind of stuff trying to get his $2 for the paper route. And I think the guy that no, he wasn't Ferris Bueller. No, it was another guy back in the day. But yeah, the $2. Yeah, if anyone knows that movie, drop it in the chat, because man, I haven't seen that movie in years. And I remember in the 80s that was a very funny movie for those old timers that may be out there taking a look at the content. Let's see here. Dammy, you are in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hey, you know what? That's the Midwest. So we got East Coast, we got some Midwest. Dammy, you know, you are a first mover. You got first mover advantage because a lot of times good information like this trickles into the Midwest last but not least, and we're the last to get, you know, the information. And by that time, the price is too high and we've missed the opportunity. So fantastic to you that you are tuning in and getting involved representing the Midwest. All right. And who else we got in the building? I think that's all we got. And then Darwin. Hey, you know, Darwin, I can't skip over you, Darwin. Darwin is a brigadier general level member. Dallas, Texas in the building. I'm actually physically here in Dallas, Texas as well. Hey, man, we're enjoying a pretty cool winter. It hasn't been too bad this winter. It's a little rainy today, but I think the temperatures, I stepped outside this morning. So I think it's probably around 60 degrees out there. It's pretty good weather we got going on there. But anyway, okay, cool. So without any further ado, let's get into why we are really here, guys. The top 5 reasons to sell to the DLA. Reason number 1. And, you know, I kind of thought long and hard about some of this stuff. And I was like, you know what? In my journey, you know, and learning how, you know, being a small business and just being in the space and taking a look at different aspects of government contracting. Because as you guys know, if you follow my content, I was also a part of the 8A program, graduated back in 2018 successfully. So I did the full 9-year stint. And we service a lot of different types of contracts along that journey within the 8A program. And, you know, my heart was always with the DLA because when, you know, reason number 1, and these are not in any order of priority. They're just kind of just threw them against through the chalkboard, as you guys see here. Hopefully you like my background there. It took me a little while to find this background, but I thought a little chalkboard would be kind of cool. But a steady revenue stream is always important when it comes to government contracting. You know, like on the service side, and I don't talk negatively to the service side, but I just know the service side is very, man, you can get on high blood pressure medicine going after service-based contracts because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with, you know, like just a lot of moving parts as it relates to it. Now, those are long-term contracts. And as you guys know, a lot of content creators out there in this GovCon space talk about the service, and you can make a lot of money. But yeah, there's a lot of headache too. And it's not always steady revenue as it relates to that because you're working more with commercial companies and vice versa. And you got legal and you got all this stuff going on. But when you talk about having a steady revenue stream, selling to the DLA provides small businesses with reliable income source as the agency consistently procures a wide range of goods and services to support the military. Hey guys, you know, in my 20 years doing business with the DLA, I have never seen the amount of marketing effort that the DLA has launched in the past 6 months. I don't know if you guys are following the DLA's Instagram channel, their official Instagram channel. They have a LinkedIn page and they also have a YouTube channel. All right. So all you have to do is just Google all of that and go take a look at those social media platforms, and you'll see the DLA is now interjecting energy into getting the word out. I think a lot of it has to do with some of the work that I'm doing, as well as other content creators in the space. And they just don't want to look like, you know, we are outshining them. But that's a very good thing because in 20 years, I've never seen the type of advertisement that the DLA is doing. As a matter of fact, they're getting their last year, the Super Bowl, they had a Super Bowl spot where they, you know, think about this. All branches of the U.S. military, I should say federal government, the DLA has a Super Bowl commercial talking about the DLA. And guess what? If you go on LinkedIn, go to the DLA page, you'll see on their page, they have a sneak peek of what that commercial is. And it will be promoted live during the Super Bowl this Sunday. Now, I don't know if it's hitting all the major networks, but I know it's going to be on the military network as it relates to who the DLA is. So there's a lot of marketing effort behind it. So, hey, guys, think about this. The DLA is beginning to market and get the word out. And that means a lot of people are going to start to look at, okay, what the hell is the DLA? There's going to be competition coming. It's coming, guys. So you guys getting involved with the DLA at this level, tapping into what's between my ears, getting involved at this level, getting the coaching, getting the toolage to position yourself for the wave that's sure to come. The wave is coming. As a late KS will say, winter is coming, and it is definitely coming. All right. So Being involved in the DLA, you'll have access to a steady revenue stream of products. You're selling products and services, but namely products to the DLA. And it's a matter of linking yourself with the right product sources, that is manufacturers, so that you can have an established relationship, so that you can kind of control or have a what I like to call an oligopoly on certain things, right? Certain product categories. Because if you guys know and you do the research, and James just mentioned that he lost a 5-figure bid on a DIBBS contract. I'm not sure, James, if that contract, if who beat you out was the incumbent, or was it one of the 5 or 4 companies that continuously win that business over and over again. So fantastic that you were able to get that close to having that opportunity. But yeah, you're right, man. The DLA, they care about price. I mean, but it's not just all price. Some of it is price. Some of it is, like this risk matrix that they look at too, saying, hey, reliability. If you don't have any past, the DLA doesn't necessarily trust your company because you haven't done it. So things like that do factor into it. But the net of it is price. Price is definitely a key factor. And I would imagine, James, that must have been a veteran-owned small business set aside as well, because I think that was your mandate. You wanted to just focus on service-disabled veteran-owned small business set aside. So, I'm curious to find out more about that. Hopefully, James, you'll be upgrading your membership, man, to come on over to the Brigadier General side of the coin so we can start talking shop, man. All right. So hopefully, you'll be able to put that into the pipeline sooner or later, because the last I checked, I don't think that you upgraded just yet. But that would be fantastic, man, to see you in the building, man. I think we can definitely learn a lot together as it relates to that. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Reason number 2, diverse opportunities. All right. The DLA's varied procurement needs offer small businesses opportunities across industries, making it possible for them to supply anything from basic goods to specialized equipment. Now, diverse opportunities, the DLA's database of national stock numbers that they are responsible for maintaining is over 6 million, 6M, capital M million products that the DLA manages. They're issuing out 10,000 product supply contracts via DIBBS every day. And last night I was on a webinar not too long ago, sponsored by the DLA, where they said they have 100,000, purchase requests that they are processing that trickle down into 10,000 contract awards. So not just 10,000 contracts, but awards, 10,000 awards every day to namely small businesses. So you guys getting involved and taking a look at what the DLA is all about, from land and maritime, troop support, DLA aviation, DLA energy, DLA disposition services, DLA distribution. There are just a diverse array of opportunities for your company to get involved in selling to the DLA in support of the U.S. military, the Department of Defense. So getting involved because of diverse opportunities is reason number 2, in my opinion, of the top 5 reasons to get involved with the DLA. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Let's look at reason number 3. Reason number 3, government contracts. So you guys know, we operate in both the federal space, or the government space, and in the commercial space. And I will tell you, it is kind of difficult to operate in the commercial space because, there aren't a lot of, laws. There is no FAR. There is no Federal Acquisition Regulation Bible that governs commercial contracts when you're dealing in the commercial space. So it has a lot to do with how good your legal team is to go after, folks that owe you money, kind of things like that. Guess what, guys? Federal government, they pay their bills. They're a recession-proof business. You deliver, you perform those contracts, you never have to worry about not getting paid for Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam pays their bills. Partnering with the DLA often involves securing government contracts, providing stability and credibility, especially during economic uncertainties. Did I not say recession-proof? And potentially opening doors to additional opportunities. And what that means is, by contracting with the DLA, even if you're getting a $50 contract to a 6-figure contract that James was going after, once you award that contract and you perform against it, you package, label, ship, invoice, or paid, that contract becomes part of your past performance. Guess what? You want to build up some past performance, because I always tell student clients, don't just focus strictly on products. You want to diversify your portfolio of government services to look at the services side of it. Guess what? If you go after SAM.gov contracts, you always know they have that there's a requirement for past performance. Your DLA contracts are considered past performance with a federal agency, the largest federal agency. So going after small, medium, large DLA contracts will only benefit you in your journey in the government contracting space, or like we always say, the GovCon space. So government contracts are always a plus. So getting involved with DLA, government contracts, that's definitely what I recommend there. Number 4, you have access to a very large market. Access to a large market. The DLA, as a major federal purchaser, grants small businesses access to a significant market. The DLA spends annually approximately $54 billion a year are spent buying products, namely, and services for the U.S. military by way of DLA contracting vehicles. That's a significant market. And over 80% of those contracts are awarded to small businesses. The DLA is so small business centric that it's sick. And with all the marketing that the DLA is doing, as I mentioned, in the past 6 months, we're going to have a lot more small businesses saying, oh, hey, man, look, my channel only has 1,700 subscribers. I think we've had probably 90,000 views on my content. I launched this channel a little over a year ago. I'm just getting started. I don't even have that many eyes on the content. Imagine when more eyes start to flood the market and what's getting ready to go down with the DLA, which I think is going to be a benefit. I think it's going to make the DLA more efficient. I think there's going to be larger opportunities that may be out there for small businesses that have the know-how to minimize the risk and are successful in performing against those contracts. Because all that's it's going to shake itself out. The cream's going to rise to the top when then people start to flood the market. So you guys having the right toolage, hey, I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm probably one of the best people that you can talk to as it relates to navigating the DLA. Guess what? The DLA has been around for about 65 years, so they're young too. All right. So this is a great opportunity for you to start something that can supersede yourself. This is something that you can create legacy behind. If you have kids, you have, younger folks, in your community, you can bring them into the fold and teach them something, man. I got a lot of stuff going on as it relates to internship programs. I recommend being able to set things up so that even when I'm gone, there are folks that you can pass the knowledge on to and keep it going. As long as America is here and as long as the U.S. military is fighting strong, there will be access to a large market. Reason number 4 of my top 5 reasons to sell to the DLA. This is definitely one of those reasons. All right, let me take a look at what's going on in the chat here. He says, never worry about competition. Oh, let me put this up. That's pretty cool. Let me just throw this up real quick as a quick intermission. Faircon says, never worry about competition. Focus on you. You are so right. I wouldn't say not worry about it. I mean, be aware of the competition. I mean, competition is competition. You always want to look to your left when you're running that race, that 100-meter dash. You want to understand who you're running up against, so you'll know how you perform in that race. How you come out them blocks. So it is important to understand who your competition is, but just understand who they are and make sure that you have a more competitive advantage in going after that business. Is what I say. That's kind of how we do it on our end here. Let's see here. We got Sharonkin. Let me go throw it up on the screen there. It says, how does one hop on the live? All right, take a look in the chat. I pinned it to the top. There's a link for you to join the live, and you have to, it's a paid live. So you'll have to subscribe at the brigadier general level in order to gain access to me. Now, keep in mind, if you do that, you'll have access to me every month. I do a bi-monthly 2-hour live stream for the public through the brigadier general level, where you guys can ask me questions as it relates to anything DLA related, get to know me a little bit better. And it's just, it's a great way to get some education as it relates to how to position yourself to be successful with the DLA. So put that there. Hopefully that helps, answers the question. Let's see, we got a couple more questions coming in from Damien. Let me see here. Let me throw it up on the screen here. It says, teach your brother how to minimize my risk. I'm trying to learn the game, my guy. I'm 29. Yeah, well, hey, Damien. Yeah, I'm doing it. I mean, I got over 100 videos in my catalog, the public catalog, that is, but I also offer, master classes that I highly recommend. I think, Damien, you were part of my live stream last time. Hey, man, invest in yourself. That's how you minimize risk. You got to invest in the information. And I have done a tremendous deed, as they say, paid my debt to society by putting together some fantastic master classes that gives you all the ins and outs on how to get started, hitting the ground running to minimize your risk of selling to the DLA. All right. So that information will also be in the, you know what, as a matter of fact, Damien, what I like to do, let me go ahead and throw that in the chat so you can kind of take maybe the reason why you haven't connected with that, because you don't know where to go. And this is where you go, Damien. You go here. All right. I put it there. There's a link for you, man. Take a look at it, bookmark it, and that's how you get involved and minimize your risk. But thanks for that comment there. Appreciate it. And let's see, Damien. Okay, great. So, Damien, yeah, man, I see some of the comments you have there. He says, wait a minute, let me throw this up because I think this is pretty cool. He says, I have a brother in the Army and a sister who was in the Navy, but they ain't rocking with government contracts. I don't know why. A lot of times, man, a lot of folks that I interacted with, student clients that book sessions with me, they're ex-military and they're aware of the DLA, but I don't think that the U.S. government really teaches veterans how to be a part of that. They always say, hey, I saw like these contractors coming in and making all this money, but hey, I was just doing my job. I don't think that it's in the best interest of the U.S. military to really teach, unfortunately, their service members while you're in active duty, how to get involved in all this kind of stuff, so maybe they're not rocking because they don't really understand. They think it's like, rocket science or something of that nature, which I'm not going to say is easy. Trust me, I've skipped my knee along the way, but if you have access to the information, you have the right kind of coaching, the right training, anything is possible, and the right attitude. And of course, by all means, you have to be spiritually connected. I don't know if you guys seen some of my YouTube videos where I talk about prayer. Prayer is very, very powerful, especially in our community. I'm talking to the choir. You guys know that, man. But that's what it's all about, getting involved and being successful. Okay, cool. Let's see. Before answering James's questions, let me go ahead and finish my 5th. And again, these are not in any kind of order of priority, but I just want to throw them up there on the screen there. Number 5 of the top 5 reasons to sell to the DLA, you want to support. The DLA provides support for small businesses. As I mentioned earlier, the DLA awards a ton of contracts to small businesses. They just love small businesses, man. They love large businesses too. The large businesses get the really, really big contracts because, it's a lot more convoluted and a lot more things that are going into those bigger contracts. But hey, guess what? That's where you have the partnership. You have the joint venture opportunities, the subcontracting opportunities as it relates to those bigger contracts that the DLA awards to those large companies. However, the DLA provides tremendous support for small businesses. And when I say they provide tremendous support, they have a lot of vehicles for support, the webinars and the PTAX and all this, or I should say now it's Apex. However, they don't get into the weeds like folks like me. They will not get into the weeds. They'll tell you as much as the FAR allows them to tell you, because a lot of times they cannot make it seem like they're giving any kind of favoritism towards one business from the other. So they're going to give you a very, boilerplate. This is what if this question comes in, this is the answer. This is the answer. It's the same kind of stale, dry answer. And you guys will learn this along your way, because trust me, I've knocked on their doors many a moons. And I'm like, you know what? These guys are not really here. I mean, they're trying, they're doing what they can legally, but to really get the ins and outs and the really nuggets, you gotta partner with people that are in the weeds, that are actively selling to the DLA. Our company is actively selling to the DLA, and we've been doing it for a very long time. But anyway, the DLA actively supports small businesses through initiatives and set aside programs, making it easier for you or them to compete for and win contracts with potential benefits such as preferences, set asides, and mentorship opportunities. And that's all true. I mean, they have A lot of set-asides. If you're a woman-owned business, getting certified woman-owned through the Small Business Administration, there's a ton of contracts on DIBBS that are woman-owned set-asides, service-disabled veteran-owned set-asides, hub zone set-asides, 8A set-asides. They exist with the DLA. And the DLA, you know, they definitely promote those programs. Like every single command that the DLA has, DLA Land and Maritime, DLA Aviation, DLA True Support, you name it, there is a Office of Small Business Programs that advocates for those commands. And each one of those Office of Small Business Programs are dedicated and have their divisions within those offices that support small businesses depending on your preference or your distinction. So, for example, DLA Aviation, they have an 8A liaison officer in their small business office. They have a hub zone. They have a woman-owned. They have a person with a name and a phone number and a unique email address that you can begin to interact and work with if you're running into issues as it relates to contracts. And they are advocates for you. As a matter of fact, I remember for a contract that we were working on with DLA Land and Maritime some years ago. And there's a lady by the name of Donna, who is the hub zone advocate for DLA Land and Maritime in Columbus. And, you know, I have her cell phone number. I have her email address. And from time to time, I have to reach out to Donna and say, hey, Donna, they're not treating us very well. We're having some issues. And Donna will say, what? No, not my hub zones. And she will go to work for you, you know, and things of that nature. So that's where the DLA does have support for small businesses. And I'm not going to say other federal agencies don't offer that. But if you're looking at the top 5 reasons to sell the DLA, that's definitely a great reason to add to my top 5. Hopefully you guys are liking some of my top 5s. A lot of it, maybe you already knew, you know, for those of you that are a little seasoned to my content, but maybe some of you guys have never heard these top 5, but this is why I recommend you get involved with DLA. And put a little, like I said, man, put a little energy to this and hope you guys are liking what I'm cooking. As a matter of fact, let me check how many likes I got, man. How many likes are in the building for some of this work that the DLA guru is putting together here? Man, I only got 5 likes. I got 9 viewers and 5 likes. Can I get some more likes? Can I get a parity to the number of viewers and likes? It don't cost you anything just to reach down to your phone or your computer screen there and hit the like button for the DLA guru. Man, I put together some great information. It's free information, public information that I think will definitely hopefully empower and inspire you. And by all means, guys, as you see my scrolling marquee at the bottom of the screen there, I mean, can you see the, well, maybe, yeah, wait a minute. Does it show the scrolling marquee? I thought it did. I can't see it on my screen here. Let me change this real quick. Let me do this. There it is. My scrolling marquee. As you can see here, DLA knowledge is power. Hey guys, donations are definitely welcome. I've had a few cash apps come in, and thanks for those of you who have taken some time to drop me a cash app to say, hey, DLA guru, keep it going. We support you. We appreciate everything that you're doing, everything that you're cooking in the DLA kitchen. But I got my cash app and my Venmo, and you can also buy me a coffee. Actually, I had a young lady, I think Addie, thank you, Addie. I think Addie bought me my first coffee a couple of weeks ago. And it was fantastic to see that come through. And I'm like, wow, yeah, you know, people are really, you know, have some heart. They see I'm putting heart in it. You know, it kind of goes back and forth. So I got my Cash App, Venmo, and Buy Me a Coffee at those different platforms there. It's easy to find me at the DLA Guru. You know, drop me a buck or two, you know, something just to say, hey, brother, keep it going. We love you. Because when you love me, I'll love you back. As you guys always know, if you've ever booked a one-on-one session with me, man, I give you blood, sweat, and tears. I pour my life out to you guys there. I still only got 5 likes, though. Come on, give me some likes. Give me some likes for those of you who are taking a look at it, new to my content, new to what the DLA Guru is cooking. Okay, cool. Let me look at some of the other comments in here. All right, before moving into the scheduled live stream for today for our members. See, we got James says, how long did it take for you to find out if you won or lost the bid after the contract bidding window closed? Yeah, you know, James, that's a great question, man. The DLA, you know, in the past, you know, I had found that, you know, typically once the bid closes, they award the contract pretty much within within a week of that time frame. Because a lot of times what happens is, you know, they got to get approvals, get the contract officer to sign off on it. Someone may be on vacation and things like that. So, you know, I would say within, you know, 7 to 14 days after the contract, after the opportunity comes off DIBBS is closed, they should be, you know, providing you with some kind of response if you won the contract. Now, if you didn't win it, of course, you're going to get the email in your inbox that says, hey, you didn't win. Click the link. Make sure you take a look at who won, log that information. That way you can kind of sharpen your pencil, cross your T, dot your I for the next go around, because that national stock number more than likely will be up for bid yet again, because the DLA buys consumable items. They buy them over and over and over again. All right. So having the right kind of software to track those innocents, to go after those bids when they come back up so that you'll be a little better off. And by the way, when you don't win the first time and you find out who won, that gives you an opportunity to go back to the drawing board to do additional sourcing, to see if you can find yet more suppliers that may be out there in the space that you didn't actually touch upon. So it just gives you a little more time, more energy to retool yourself to go after it the second time again. Okay, so Damien, yeah, Damien, yeah, I don't email direct. My email's on the screen there, man. So you'll have to drop me an email at thefed.contracting@nmsupply.com. And that way you can ask me any question that you have, and I'll be able to respond to you that way. So there's my email address printed on the screen there. Just jot that down there, my brother, and you can reach out to me that way. Okay, cool. You know what, here, and let me put this on the screen here too, because, you know, I think there's a lot of folks that, you know, may share the sentiment that Damien has put out there. And thank you for sharing this, Damien, as it relates to, you know, you're afraid of getting in that industry. And I'm not sure if you're talking about just the government contracting industry. And, you know, you were talking about, I guess, your family members who are ex-service members and whatnot. You know, fear is the mind killer, man. You know, like a lot of times people think, oh, it's federal government, I got to be careful. You know, the IRS, the feds, you know, like especially in our community. And I would say, you know, the melanated people's community, you know, that has always been a bad stigma as it relates to getting involved in government contracting. Hey, and I'm one of many that are here to say, erase that stigma, because that doesn't exist in federal contracting. We're taxpayers to the U.S. economy. And by us being U.S. citizens and taxpayers, we have a right to be able to perform and go after government contracts. So it's all about the education, man. It's about people that look like me and you that are in the space that begin to spread that information. Hey, I'm getting a little long-winded. You guys know me. I can be long-winded at times. I like to really talk to folks about it. But today is our bi-monthly live stream. I know we have Darwin in the building. Darwin is in the building. He is one of our Brigadier General level members. Let me check to see if I have any new members who have subscribed to Brigadier General. No one has come in new this morning. Not sure if I have any other Brigadier Generals who are taking a look at the content or who are one of the concurrent viewers, but just hasn't dropped a message in the chat. If you are in the building right now, as I mentioned earlier, when I first went live, look on the community forum tab. Go to the homepage of the YouTube channel there. There's a community forum tab. Click that. And that's going to give you the StreamYard link that you will be able to click and access to meet me over in StreamYard, so that we can kind of talk shop, and we will be able to do what we do best at our scheduled live streams, our monthly, bi-monthly, I should say our bi-monthly live streams. So hopefully we can get 3 of you guys in bed. I know, in fact, we got Darwin, so that's one's enough, but hey, but three's a forum. You know, I prefer to have 3 if I can get 3 of you guys in, but you can always get back to me on the replay as well. All right, so let me see here. You guys know I have to go incognito as it relates to coming from the public forum. I may not have answered all the questions in there, guys, because I'm kind of running out of time today. It was a little bit long-winded, but I wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration. I wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight as it relates to helping you on your DLA journey. Let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. So what we're going to be doing in a second, Brigadier General. Okay, guys, time is money, money is time, and I'm a little bit over my talk today. Darwin, my apologies about the tardiness, but we will be switching over to our members only. Again, if you guys are interested in joining me in the next 2 hours, click the link that's pinned in the top of the chat. Click that link, go ahead and sign up at the Brigadier General level, and I'll see you guys over on the other side of the coin. And if you do that after the fact, be sure to go to the community forum tab, click the last post in the community forum for Brigadier General level members only, and you'll have access to my StreamYard link. And for those of you guys who are on Patreon, my link is also over on Patreon for you guys to join us in the YouTube members only content as well, but you have to log into your Patreon account. Of course, you know how to do that. But for those of you who are new to Patreon, yeah, you have to log into Patreon, click on that link, and that'll bring you over to my StreamYard as well. So I will see you guys in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, cool. So another question that I get a lot from folks is, hey, is the DLA DIBBS right for you? And I think a lot of folks are a little skittish about getting involved with government contracting or scheduling one-on-ones or getting involved in master classes because they're not exactly sure if the investment is right for them. And so what I have decided to do, I created a way that you guys can reach out to me and schedule time to talk directly to me. Yours truly, the DLA Guru. You can schedule a 15-minute pre-screening phone call with me. And I think what I've found, because I've had a few people who have participated or took advantage of my 15-minute pre-screening phone call, what I'm finding is I'm able to kind of talk with you to find out, do you have what it takes? You know, just by where you're at in your life, what your company is all about. And I'm not here to, what should I say, steal dreams, but I'm also here to kind of give you a dose of reality. I'm not the type of guy that's going to pander and sell you pipe dreams and make you feel like you can walk on water, because you have to believe that you can walk on water, so it really comes from who you are deep down, because entrepreneurism is something where you're not born an entrepreneur. Well, I'll take it back. I think you are born an entrepreneur, but you are forged through trial and error to really not die or fall by the wayside. That's what entrepreneurism is about, in my opinion. And so what I decided to do is create the 15-minute pre-screening phone call. I'll drop this in the chat right now for you guys to take a look at that. You can go ahead and click that link, bookmark it, and I'll also provide it in the video description for the replay. For those of you who are seeing the content outside of the live stream, if you're interested in reaching out to yours truly, the DLA Guru, to talk a little bit about what your company is all about. All right. So it's a pre-screening link. Schedule a 15-minute call with me, and we can talk shop. And if you are, a little bit more beyond like a 15-minute and you just want to kind of like touch the surface, I also have created a members only content channel where it's kind of like it's closed circuit, deep dive into actual DLA solicitations. Members, they meet with me bi-monthly, as I talked about at the beginning of this video, where you guys are able to mic up and cam up in a closed circuit session on a live YouTube stream and talk with me real shop about what you're going through as it relates to DLA solicitations, national stock numbers, things of that nature. So I recommend, if you're really trying to figure out DLA or DIBBS is right for you, give it a month or two. Go ahead and join my members only content through the CMCC program, which stands for Channel Members Command Center. And that's a way that you can invest in yourself as well. We have a closed circuit catalog of, I call it the CMCC video vault of pre-recorded content from last year into this year that will give you 2 hours sessions of real life, real time DLA solicitations. And you get to hear from other folks who are new to DLA, and you can kind of learn from them as to what they're going through, and then to really decide if it's really something that's for you. And I think that the members only vault or the members only channel or content may be great for you too, if you're trying to decide if DLA and DIBBS is right for you as well. I'll go ahead and put that in the chat as well. Just click the chat button there. All right. So feel free to click that link and to bookmark it, because that's how you can join the CMCC. From my understanding, some folks, you can see the join button right at the bottom of the YouTube screen here. I think at the bottom of the video, but I think if you have a Samsung phone or an iPhone or something like that, the join button may not be very visible to you. And if it's not, take a look at the chat, and I'll also put this link in the description for the video, for the replay as well, for those of you that don't see the join button readily available. And if none of this works, feel free to go to the home page of my YouTube channel, and there should be a members only join button there. There's a lot that I've put together for the members only, not only from videos, but I also interact with you guys through my community forum, where it gives you more of a deeper dive into what it's like to be a DLA vendor. So hopefully that can answer the question, is DLA right for you? And I got a few more questions in the chat that I see populating here, and I'm definitely going to answer those questions. I just want to kind of get through the last couple of slides here, and then I'll go do a little deeper dive into your questions. And so for those of you who are kind of like, okay, great, you know, I think I have what it takes. I've been on SAM.gov. I'm kind of getting really, you know, I guess deterred from GovCon because I've been on a few RFPs. We put plenty of time and energy, and we're not winning there. And, you know, it just seems like this GovCon space is not for me. But you may be interested in getting involved with the DLA, because I think it is definitely an easier way to win contracts when you're in the GovCon space. Well, I have taken the liberty to create some master classes that I think will definitely benefit you along your journey in getting involved with the DLA, so that you can be successful in hitting the ground running. And so I have one master class that I have four different master classes available to you. The first one that I launched, my flagship, is the 8 steps to successful federal supply contract bid submissions to the DLA. It's a fantastic course, and I consider it my pre-award masterclass for those of you who are new to GovCon or new to the DLA and just kind of want to see what it's really all about. I highly recommend you take a look at that particular class. And then we also have our post-award DLA masterclass, which is the 4 steps to general post-award processes to successfully complete supply contracts with the DLA. Very long name, but basically I wanted to just kind of let you know that this masterclass is all about, hey, you got an award, what do you do now? And this is a great masterclass that helps you learn how to interpret the contract language, helps you to do the labeling, the packaging, the shipping, and then the invoicing. Because why go through all this if you can't invoice the DLA correctly to get paid within the allotted time? You know, so cash flow is key in this space. So you got to make sure you're not making mistakes to basically inhibit the cash flow from happening within 30 days, right? Because if you make mistakes, sometimes it can take upwards of 90 days to fix that mistake, and that can be very detrimental to your business. And of course, I have a third masterclass, what I highly recommend, especially if you guys are looking to do business internationally and to get products manufactured internationally. And if you run across national stock numbers where you need to have access to export controlled documents, you'll need to have EJCP certification under your belt in order to know what to do and how to manage those types of drawings in order to do business with NATO countries, or should I say 28 of those qualifying country lists. For example, we do business with some manufacturers based out in Canada, so we do a lot of exchange of tech data in order to make sure that we are building products to support the warfighter, and everything is legal as it relates to that. All right, so I named that class 4 steps to fast track enhanced JCP certification, which stands for Joint Certification Program, and that's between the U.S. government and Canada, and at least as it relates to the countries that fall within JCP. We haven't done manufacturing as it relates to countries outside of Canada as it relates to using JCP. But if you are finding countries or companies in those countries that can build those products, working hand in hand with the DLA and also the JCP team will allow you to understand the ins and outs of what the requirements are in order to share tech data with those countries in order to get those products manufactured. But again, that's a higher level training as it relates to working with me to assist you guys in that arena. And last but not least, if you are the type of student client that likes to learn by interactive learning or workshops where it's a real-time video feed where we're sitting down, you and I virtually, I've launched a 3-day virtual workshop training that allows you to meet with me 3 days consecutively, where we work for 4 hours via a Zoom phone call, where we're going to talk everything DLA. We're going to look at solicitations that you may be going after. And again, I consider this an advanced training. So this is a kind of a vendor workshop that I've designed for companies that are active with the DLA, who have won awards and things of that nature, because this deep dive, this 3-day training, not only goes through the DLA solicitations, but it goes through your actual contract awards to help you, package, label, and interpret the data there, as well as assist you in day 3 with vendor development, things that we're talking about as far as NATO countries, or even working with mom and pop shops here in the United States, and how you can communicate with those vendors, how you can build a stronger relationship with those vendors, how you can apply for credit terms and things of that nature in order to grow your product supply distribution business in support of federal contracts. So these 4 masterclasses are available. I have the link on screen there. I'll also put it in the chat for you guys if you're interested in learning a little bit more about my masterclasses as it relates to supporting your businesses and helping to grow your businesses, so that you're just not kind of out there. And keep in mind, everything that I'm talking about here has a lot to do with that 100 new business vision that I have. So we got a lot of businesses that are getting involved and are getting the information. And that way, we're all kind of on the same page as we move forward, versus kind of me taking a step back. It's sort of like being in the classroom where you got the kid, unfortunately, that might need some tutors and things, and they just kind of they're not with the pack, and so we're looking to have folks that hit the ground running, are with the pack, so we can go after big opportunities and not make mistakes along the way, and we can all get our piece of the DLA pie. So I just put that in the chat as well, so feel free to click that link, bookmark it if you're kind of thinking a little bit about it. Once you register as well, you'll get access to some free videos that talk more about an outline of what the masterclass is all about before you actually decide to commit to the masterclass. So just your registration will kind of get you in the right area to knowing more about which masterclass may be suited for you. And of course, if you decide to reach out to me for the 15-minute pre-screening phone call, we can talk a little bit more about it, and I can kind of assess what masterclass I think will be best for you. But yeah, so all that's kind of been put together for you guys in support of your success with doing business with the world's largest customer, the DLA. As you guys know, the DLA does about $50 billion a year. That's 50 with a B for billion, in spend and buying products and services in support of the world's largest military, the U.S. Department of Defense. And so the DLA is the conduit between getting your piece of the pie. And hey, guess what? The DLA Guru, I put this stuff together to try to give you guys, to empower you and to inspire you for success with the DLA. So thanks again for watching today's presentation. I know I got a few messages in the chat that I'll cover in a second here, but if you're interested in learning more about what I've talked about today, and you're interested in doing a one-on-one contractor consultation, please feel free to reach out to me at the email address that you see on screen there, fed.contracting@nmsupply.com, because that is how you can link with me. I can kind of get to know who you are, and I'll go ahead and share my schedule with you guys, or how you can schedule a 30-minute contractor consultation with me, or a 1-hour contractor consultation with me to talk anything and everything related to the DLA and GovCon in general.
Thanks again for watching, and for tuning in to this exciting announcement. I'm Parker Winslow, signing out.